All right.
Yeah, you need to write.
We have a small piece of story to read.
Fan fiction?
Fan fiction, if you will. This is Ashton and Dix.
Have you proofread this?
That is
Because if this is from the DB survivors, this stuff gets
Ashton, this is DB Survivor.
this stuff can get graphic. So you should probably proofread this before you
wanted
read
that
it.
at first.
This is from Fayili, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. She probably toned it down a little bit for it to be read
It's
online.
the Dixon slash fic.
I'm and Ashton
That's what
Dix.
they're calling it.
I'm like
Dixon?
100% in love with
Oh, hey,
it,
I'm in
so.
Huh? I mean, we have Ashton and Dixon. So,
I'm not sure you want to be Pika.
Well, I think it's a.
There.
I think we could do this.
How many DB survivors must I make out with?
All
This
of
looks-
us.
This looks fine.
Feel free to sub in bus at any point if you get too uncomfortable with the words that you have to say.
I don't know. Like, I'm
Session.
reading through this, I don't see anything in here that would be bad.
Okay, cool.
There's just some deep tissue massaging.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right,
Dix.
Dix, get up here.
Alright. Alright. I'm still like going through the backlog of like everything.
All right. I'll start you guys. So I'll just read. So you guys are obviously Ashton and Dix.
So
I'll
you'll
read
be in
this.
the appropriate
All right.
frame of mind.
Here we go. The chat was down again.
That doesn't seem likely.
Ashton groaned quietly to himself, and Dix, who'd been moderating the chat from his spot on the couch nearby, looked up with a sympathetic smile. Ashton had really been putting himself through the ringer the past several days, and
Is that
Dix
euphemism for something?
Dix respected that dedication. What a boss. Then the fix kicked in, and a stream of one-letter comments went by in the chat. If Dix drew attention, it drew Dix's attention back to his duties and away from his fellow mod. Ashton felt Dix's eyes on him and looked up just in time to see the head turn away. He shivered. This was different from 2 years ago, Ashton realized. Different from with crows. In crows, he had seen a timid boy he could seduce. In Dix, he saw a man. A man with an excellent voice. And muscles. Butts, cried from the room, and the chat gleefully joined in. Ashton slumped back in his chair, drained. Fugi assured him the fix would work, and he was too worn out to worry anymore. Strong hands fell on his shoulders, and his head jerked up in surprise.
James, is that he? Oh, that's Dave.
You look tired.
Dix murmured, his thumbs dug in deeper, and the tension flowed out of Ashton's body.
The tension rapidly entered Ashton's body.
The chat?
He asked, only half aware of his surroundings as Dix's fingers worked their magic.
Crows is handling it.
Ashton stiffened. Crows. It had been 2 years and he still couldn't get the images out of his mind. That sweet night. The panic on Crow's face, the face the day after. Crows had fled, and Ashton had sworn he wouldn't make the same mistake twice. Sworn. Yet here temptation was, staring him full in the face. Or the shoulders in this case. He knew Dix only saw him as a friend. It's all he could see him as.
Thanks.
He said to Dix and swallowing, turned back to his work. Dix sighed and rolled his eyes, walking away to regroup. This was gonna take a while. 7 a.m. The frenzy of Zeta's shift had passed, and all that remained were the dulcet tones of Paul singing to the chat in the early morning. Ashton, bullied into taking a much-needed break by the other engineers, was heading upstairs when Dix returned from his sojourn to the prize mines. Their eyes met on the landing between the main floor and the upstairs. Wait, how do you know we have a landing? That's creepy. Ashton turned sideways, planning on awkwardly sliding past, but Dix took a step towards him, placing a hand against the wall on the other side of his body. Ashton shrunk against the wall, bemused by the irony. He had planned on using this tactic on crows.
How are you?
Dix asked, concern in his voice, but a wicked twinkle in his eye.
Fine.
Stammered Ashton.
You should really take a break.
Soothed Dix, taking his arm.
Stop.
Ashton choked out, mouth dry.
Okay.
Replied Dix, going completely still.
I kind of wish Kara was here.
A small smile played across his lips. He took the chance to prove that not only was he incredibly good at giving the orders in chat, he was excellent at taking them too. It might ease the other man's nerves.
I can't.
Muttered Ashton, completely overwhelmed by the reversal of his usual experience. He turned and hurried away, the whirling thoughts in his head almost too much to take.
It's okay.
said Dix quietly, watching him retreat.
I can wait.
Whoa.
How much
Oh,
longer?
Fayili, why?
Awesome.
This is it. Oh! Okay.
How they all end.
Okay. The next day dawned early. Ashton and Dix approached the door of the moon base at the same time.
Yes.
Sorry, I was skimming. I didn't get to the end.
Yeah.
That was
Keep going.
Dix knew why he was here, but Ashton should have been getting some much-needed sleep.
I thought we were on shift for another 2 hours.
he said, eyeing the bearded coder quizzically. Oh, wait.
No,
That's you.
Switch!
Switch!
Scratch that, reverse
Go.
it.
Yeah.
I thought we weren't on shift for another 2 hours.
He said, eyeing the bearded coder quizzically.
That's me. Yeah, I had to come in though. Server instability.
This was a complete and utter fabrication. Both of them remained at the doorstep. Pika, still on her shift and barely suppressing her amusement, pushed between them and headed inside.
So,
Dix began.
So,
Ashton concluded. Finding no words, he went with actions instead. Oh god. He reached for the door handle, but found Dix's hand already there. Ashton's soft fingers met Dix's hard calluses, and he jerked back in surprise. They stood in silence a minute more. Finally, the silence became too much to bear. Ashton started.
I want your...
Dix.
Pika called.
No, finish it!
Finish it,
It's like,
We
I
need
want...
you inside.
Dix we winked saucily, or Dix winked saucily.
Help!
Ashton finished lamely.
oh, I can help.
Dix said, eyebrows wagging.
You're doing this on purpose.
Ashton protested.
Of course I am.
Dix replied,
Oh,
said Ashton.
Yeah. Oh.
so,
Ashton whispered.
what now?
You didn't whisper.
What now?
There we go.
Well, I've got a room at a hostel near here.
Let's go.
Crow, and I assume this is later. Cut to the hostel. Crows burst into the room, and the two men looked up from the tangled sheets.
You monster. No, this is
You
Yeah.
monster! He cried. Dix shrugged.
You gotta read it.
You gotta read it.
No!
You gotta say it. It's 5 words.
Buzz.
It's 5 words. They're not
Dude,
even
you had
bad.
your chance.
Crow's shoulders slumped, and he slowly walked from the room.
So,
Ashton began.
So?
Dix concluded.
again,
Sure.
Dix replied.
After we're debugging, let's have no!
after we're done debugging.
after we're done debugging,
I love
let's have no... Apparently.
Good score.
Wow. I had no idea. That makes so much more sense.
Oh dear. All right.
Inside!
You're welcome. I hope that was good.
Dialogue